Is it working? Okay, hi guys, welcome back to some more Fall of Porcupine over here. We've been at the festival, the Hibernation Festival. It was a lot of fun. Very happy to be part of it. But unfortunately, we are part of the night shift. And it's snowing, of course it is. Because it's winter. Like the Hibernation Festival is right at the end of autumn. Hey Porcupine! All of you! Happy Hibernation Festival! This game is so cute. I like it so much. But yeah, we have a night shift at the hospital, unfortunately. Hopefully, there won't be many patients, so we can be in and out quickly. But yeah. Starting to form bonds in this small town. Good night, Mr. Bus Stop. Well, at least the bus has a good reason not to come today. If you're partying and drinking, it's best not to do any driving at all. That goes for buses as well as cars. The bus stop won't drive. What? I'm so confused. How many hibernation festivals do you think you've celebrated? 168? What? Really? But the hospital isn't that old. You're right there. But I haven't always been here. I didn't even know that. They brought me out here a long time ago. I might not look it, but I haven't missed a single hibernation festival. Impressive. Were you there today too? Not in the way you might think. You know, Ninoslav, the guy on the town fountain. I don't like him very much. We had a falling out a few decades ago. Oh, I'm sorry, what happened? It's amazing how he imagines stories with every single inanimate statue that he meets. Or object, like with what? Like mannequins as well? Well, I don't want to trouble you with my woes. But that arrogant upstart is so full of himself. He always has to be at the center of the celebrations. Oh, look at me, my hot water supplies, the stew contest. The stews keeps everyone warm and they only taste so good only because of me. And then he gets all of those lavish decorations every year too. It's not fair. Are you jealous? Me? Jealous of that slimeball and his stupendous decorations? Never. Sorry, I digress. Don't stop on my account. Shall I give you a tip for next year? Sure, thank you. Get yourself a hood. It'll keep the first snow off your head. And no one will know if you... no, it's you who's partying the whole night away. It's funny. Curse that Ninoslav and his magnificent decorations. Yeah, curse him. Also, more viewers today. 6 viewers, that's impressive. Hey everyone, welcome to the live stream. I know this game is not a crowd favorite, but I sure hope you still enjoy it, and if not, I sure hope you at least enjoy my commentary on it. He leaves breath trails too. Well, there we go. The first ever Hibernation Festival brought the people of Porcupine together. They celebrated and feasted, but when it was all done, there was still a pile of candy left over. Together, they decided to store the leftover candy in the cabinet. And on that day, my dear vending machine, you were born. Yes, I'm sure that's how the story goes. You know what? It's a good story. I can work with it. You are still here. Do you ever have a life outside work? Not in the mood for the Hibernation Festival? Sure I am. Someone has to keep this place running. I'll be down in a minute though. Then we'll get the real party started. All that nonsense beforehand with the stews and everything. I can't stand it anyway. Boring. Heard you can win a bottle of Caraway liquor at the wine stand though. I've got to get my hands on that. Oh, too late for that, I'm afraid. I've heard it's delicious, and there's only one bottle of it. Afraid I've got some bad news. What? Has someone claimed the bottle already? Well, I mean, yeah, both of these are true. If we say that we gave it away, I want it. You can't be serious. I'm sorry. I need the bottle so Mia could win the stew contest. Did she make a wine stew? No, I had to trade it for a special ingredient. I see. And did she win? Yes, the stew was amazing. Well, I guess that's okay then. At least the wine went to a good cause. You got a good heart, kid. All the same, if I go down there right now and there's nothing left to drink, I'll be back here and I'll have your head. Now off to your shift. Dr. Krajewski is waiting. You're on the night shift together tonight. Great. It's definitely the best person to be in a night shift with. We're sliding on the ball! Oh, that was so cool. Gotta check the canteen, of course. I guess the guy won't be here because he's at the festival. Yeah, it's gonna be empty. Oh, hold on. There's a children's book here. Someone must have forgotten it. A visit to a hospital. Cute. Yoink. Well, if we found who it is, haven't had that many children at the hospital, so should be. I mean, there aren't that many children in the town as a whole. Shouldn't be too hard to identify. Yeah, I haven't noticed the bit rate with the other games, but hopefully that should improve the quality of the live stream for most games, even games that are not as demanding. Like this one. Mr. Glendower! I like how we annoy him every time. Don't you want to celebrate the Hibernation Day? Maybe he already is doing it. You don't know. You guys are here. Hey, aren't you celebrating today? Sure, we're celebrating. Yeah, sure. We got our very own Hibernation Festival going on right now. Thank you for the hundreds, boys. Hehe. Hehe. Don't you want to go to the actual festival in the square? Everyone's there. Nope. Boring. Besides, we're on shift, just like you. Nothing you can do about it. Exactly. Work is work. And time off is time off. Very weird guys. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint their... They're not like very serious like Dr. Krokowski is, but they're not like very leisure like my other core workers are, so you know, it's weird. I guess we can walk, though I've never had anything to interact with by walking, so not sure if there's any use for that. I guess we can check the first floor, see if the... No, not even that. It's literally no difference. Oh well. I'll be right back. Imagine just walking up and then walking away, like, see ya. Is the music coming from the break room? Oh my god, it is. Who are you? Look what I found. Yay, my book, my book. It was in the restaurant, right? Yes, that's where it was. It smells a little like mashed potatoes. Yeah, those are delicious. So what do you think about us taking you back to bed? Then you can read the book until you're tired, okay? Yeah, okay. We completed a quest before we even had the quest available. I don't even know which bed he's assigned to. I mean, we can check. Stop! This one's my room, silly. Oh, okay. It's a good job you know your way around here so well. Uh-huh. Go right on ahead. Now off to bed, alright? Even doctors need their sleep. That's true. Mr. Doctor? Yes, Emma? I want to go home. How do you... Did you... This is I guess this is a thing that they didn't consider a player so desperate for details that they would search stuff before starting the day. I want to go home. I know, Emma, I know. You can go home soon, okay? But until then, why don't you think about your favorite spot at home? Favorite stuffed toy, your favorite book, and the person you like to snuggle up and read with most. At the window with my mom. That sound is nice. Imagine snuggle up by the window with your mom. You'll be doing that again very soon. Sweet dreams, Emma. Well, that's one patient already taken care of, and I haven't even started my shift. Good evening, Finley. Happy Hibernation Festival, Dr. Krokowski. Yes. Hope you had a good time. Yes, It's just the two of us today. Holidays are all well and good, but someone has to keep the lights on here. That's true, so how are things looking? As they should. People actually feel a little bit better on days like this. Some are homesick, others are just happy to have some peace and quiet. Still, from a psychological point of view, the Hibernation Festival actually seems to help them. I'll take care of our dear Irma today. Please handle your duties. You'll find me in the break room when you're done. Alright, see you soon. Oh, hello. I still can't believe I'm one. I'm shaking. That was amazing. Thanks, Finley. You're welcome, Mia. Boom, boom, boom. Right. Have two new patients. Very efficient, helping patient before they know they'll need help. Exactly. This is why I'm gonna become top doctor. Okay, let's see how this guy is doing. This guy was like super like just couldn't sit still. Good morning, Miss Van Galen. It's important not to get rattled. After every inhalation comes an exhalation. Everything that is closed will one day be open again, and vice versa. May I interrupt for a moment? Oh, hello, Finley. Hey, here, come in. We were just lost in conversation. I bumped into dear Sonia this evening in the cafeteria. It's one way of putting it. I'd forgotten I was meant to have an important meeting today. Suddenly got hard to breathe and I passed out again. Dr. Guitarra brought me back up here. My man, can you take one day off? Jesus. Have to admit that a certain amount of luck. Benjamin from surgery happened to be passing through at that time too. It was a huge help in getting Sonia up here safely. Thank you, Dr. Guitarra. You have any recommendation for a course of treatment? I don't know if you're familiar with my approach to treatment, but I believe that the body can only heal with the help of the mind. Medication sometimes only treat the symptoms, not the cause. It's a decent approach. Um, I mean, the mind is important, but I wouldn't disconsider the body just because of the mind. If that's like, I would still put the body first, but not this considered a mind, if that makes sense. Miss Van Glen, I wish you all the best and a natural recovery for both body and mind. I've already taken far too long a break. I wish you both a pleasant evening. Thank you, you too. Well, that wasn't very helpful. How are you feeling, Miss Van Galen? I still feel a little out of sorts. Your blood pressure must have begun fluctuating. You had an extremely high resting pulse when you first arrived here. The drugs regulate your blood pressure. Gatera kept talking to me until I felt better. I was saying something about my inner core, breathing exercises, that kind of thing. Tried yoga once, not my cup of tea. Yes, Dr. Gatera has his own way of looking at things, but he wasn't exactly wrong. Let me check your readings. We have to make sure that the drugs are working, so remain stable. Alright. Oh boy, it's this. Fuck, this one is difficult. Perfect. Oh, textbook. We've done it. A plus. Let's go. I'm afraid medication will only go part of the way of solving your problem. It would be wise to develop ways to reduce stress. Unfortunately, this happens to a lot of people nowadays. How am I supposed to avoid stress? Have you considered going to therapy, my friend? My brother in Christ. There are a few options, but you'll need to work out what works best for you. They didn't teach us much about stress avoidance techniques in medical school, to be honest. Yeah, that's the that's where we go into psychology, which should be included in medical stuff. I cannot stress this enough. I don't understand why they are so differently handled. But yes, the thing that Dr. Gutera said kind of helped. I'm going to take a nap. Maybe I'll get lucky and catch Dr. Gutera again tomorrow. Rest well. Mm. But yeah, there's various ways to do it. You'll have to check out, and obviously the therapist will be the best to provide you guidance in that regard. But yeah, there's like relaxation techniques, there's yoga, meditation, there's sports you can do, there's certain CBT techniques that you can employ. You are new. Dr. Gerda Gneisdorf? Finally, bring me back a cup of black tea and tell Dr. Theobald that I want to speak with him. I'm actually your attending physician. You're a doctor? Saint Ursula, save us. You're barely out of diapers. Do they sell medical degrees online now? Oh, great. It's one of these kind of patients. Let's not lose sight of the matter at hand, Dr. Gneisdorf. It's definitely interesting when you have a doctor having to take care of a doctor. Came to us today suffering from severe tremors. On top of that, you've been complaining of recurrent itching and muscle atrophy. Liver cirrhosis. What? Liver cirrhosis. Are you deaf? Have you already been diagnosed? I can't see anything here. I'm a surgeon, child. I've had liver cirrhosis for longer than you've been alive. Accordingly, I'm aware of the high mortality rate once surgical intervention becomes necessary. That's why I'm here. So let's cut to the chase and get down to business. Oh dear. Oh dear God. Well, if we're gonna need one of these, which means that we'll definitely need one of these. Now, two of these would help. And one of these. Perfect. Madre. gulping extra air and holding it helps after exhaling. If you try to swallow air, you just end up burping. So I'm not sure, but maybe. Your liver readings are in the critical range. You don't say. To make sure it is cirrhosis of the liver we're dealing with, we need to do a liver biopsy. No. No. I already know it's cirrhosis of the liver. What do you take me for? Well, I'm sure the accounting department will be thrilled if you carry out a few unnecessary procedures they can charge me for. What if it's not liver cirrhosis? Do I have to teach you how to treat me right here? Listen. Oh god, this is gonna be difficult. Yeah, I guess doctors that get problems can be difficult patients. It's hard. It's difficult enough when the patient self-diagnose. It's even worse when it's a doctor. I I like a drink, if you know what I mean. I I was wondering how you got liver cirrhosis. Well, that's excuse me. Talking about chronic alcohol abuse. Yeah, your nursing staff insists that I don't drink here, so now I have two problems. Alcohol withdrawal and this blasted liver cirrhosis. Oof. That's how much alcohol are we talking? Cause alcohol withdrawal can be very dangerous. Might need a course of diazepines and stuff. Latest research, your symptoms could also be triggered by other diseases. New research? Oh, the waffle, that's what it is. Well, go ahead, I'm sure you know exactly what you're doing. Dr. Krokowski, we have uncooperative patient. I request assistance. Do you drink alcohol? Sometimes, very rarely and very little. So, yeah, it's not quite my thing. I did talk about it before in like a previous stream, I think on the same game, that I can only stand cider, so that's usually what I drink. I'd have really loved to go to the Hibernation Festival today. I'm sure you would. I'm sorry it didn't work. It's okay, I've been having my own little Hibernation Festival right here. Just had coffee with cream and hazelnut. It was the highlight of my day. I have an inflammation of the renal pelvis. Are you in pain? Yes, but I'm trying not to let it get to me. Alright, but don't make things too uncomfortable for yourself. I'll always get you some painkillers if you want. For now, I'm going to give you medication to help bring the swelling down. We're doing the injection. Let's find the closest vein to the surface. This looks like the one. Oh God almighty. Can't work with this. Go back! Oh, there you go. Alright, not bad. A B, I can live with that. Injections are really not my thing. Please tell us if the pain gets any worse, or if you have any problems urinating. You shouldn't really be drinking caffeine this late in the day, but you might find that coffee helps a little. Anyway, I wish you a wonderful Hibernation Festival and a sound night's sleep. Thank you. I'm definitely wide awake right now, I've got to admit. Yeah, coffee does that to you. Alright, that went pretty good. I'm done, Dr. Kowalski. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? No, everything's fine. You're right, the patients are really doing a little better today. Glad I'm on the night shift now. It's really quite pleasant. If you say so. Well, let's see. I got an A. You're really quick today. I like that. I have one more request for you. Of course. What? Irma. I mean, Mrs. De Calma. I've been watching her tonight and she's not doing very well. She asked if the nice doctor would stop by again today. I think she means you. Why don't you go check on her? I'm sure she'll be happy to see you. Sure, I'd love to. Got a gift I wanted to give her anyway. Well, don't keep her waiting. The nice doctor. Oh, that's gonna burn. Even for someone as tough as Dr. Krokowski, it's gonna be rough to hear something like that. What's that? What you fucking get? Hey, hey Irma, how are you doing? Finley, what are you doing here? I thought you were out celebrating today. I was. It was great. I met a lot of people and the stew contest was really exciting. Got the fountain working again for the occasion. And look what I found, Irma. Got a hazelnut candle. Can you smell that, Doctor? The scent is just incredible. You've really made my day. I'm feeling much less chivalry already. This brings back so many images for me. So many memories from years gone by. From all the many hibernation festivals I've seen. It was your first one today, wasn't it? Yes. But you should get some rest, Irma. All the talking gets to your lungs. No, it's alright. I need someone I can spin my yarns to. We do appreciate your stories. I'm very tired. But I would like to tell you one last story, Irma. What do you mean by that? It's okay. What? No, it's not okay at all. We'll get you back on your feet, I promise. I'll get Dr. Krakowski right away. We'll figure it out. You've already done more than I can imagine. She knows death is coming. God, this is gonna be hard to watch. Ask one more favor of you. Of course, what is it? I'd love another cup of tea. My throat's a little dry, you know. Of course, we... Now, Finley, don't fuss. It's alright. I'll just dash to the break room. We have tea there. I'll be right back. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh man. Yeah, her readings have been getting worse. She's old. You know, you hate to see it happen, but it does happen. Always have hot water here, thank goodness. What kind of tea should I make? I don't know what kind of tea she likes. Black tea, that might be too strong for her. We know what happened when you get back. Yeah, I have a bad feeling about that too. I think she likes peppermint tea. I vaguely remember that. Finley, taking a break already? No, just getting a cup of tea for a patient. Ah yes, old Irma has a taste for the finer things. Could you come with me, please? Irma isn't doing well at all. I know. I already went to see her and checked her readings. She's going to die. Oh god. So blunt! Like, Jesus. In the next few hours. But we have to do something. What I'm going to do is make myself a cup of tea too. How can you just walk in here like nothing's wrong? Why aren't you doing anything? I already done everything I could. Sometimes even the best treatment in the world can't help Finley. But go to her. Make her last hours as comfortable as possible. That is our duty to her now. Make sure she has enough painkillers. Shouldn't we contact her son? I already tried that too. Unfortunately, I have not yet been able to reach Giuliano. I'll keep trying and inform you of the situation. Go now. Irma's tea is getting cold. Okay. God. Yeah, it is a thing that I guess doctors have to deal with, like, and I guess Dr. Krokowski being a senior doctor, she probably encountered that a lot, so she's not phased anymore. It's still tough, you know, trying to do anything and still watching patients die. Irma, I'm back, and I've got your tea. Irma? Hmm? Who? Oh, sorry, I must have dozed off for a minute there. You're a darling, thank you so much. How many painkillers did you give her? Just set it down there. I remember my first Hibernation Festival like it was yesterday. It was already very cold for the time of the year. The cars and park benches were buried in snow. The Hibernation Festival still had to go on, of course. The final story. We can't skip this one. That's... wow. Gilbert loved hot air balloons more than anything in the world. But he also had a great fear of flying. And he wasn't the youngest anymore either. Neither of us were. So we compromised by heading to the countryside to watch the balloon race. At least we used to, until it was banned. What? It was the Hibernation Festival. Why would you ban that? Gilbert sat in the hot air balloon for the first time. There was already snow on the roads and the roofs of the houses. The lights, the smell, were there every year. When it was cold outside and everyone started to come closer, I already bought the hazelnut candle and enjoyed some lovely conversation, plenty of laughter. And Gilbert secretly slipped away. He'd spotted a hot air balloon in the square. Back then you could still book flights in the winter. They said you could see the whole town from up there. But that year the balloon remained grounded. It was already bitterly cold and very windy. All of a sudden, an icy gust of wind blew across the square. Hats and caps flew through the air. Mothers had to hold on to their children. A gust of wind blew my Gilbert right into the basket of the balloon. Picked himself up to climb back out again. He got the fright of his life. The balloon had broken loose and was already rising hundreds of feet above the town. And me? I've seen the whole thing, and I leapt desperately to the dangling rope to try and hold the balloon down. Instead, I simply floated away with it. Jesus! It helped me into the basket, and the wind carried us higher and higher into the wintry clouds. Porcupine was no more than a small speck of light in the fog. Eventually it disappeared altogether. Gilbert could barely move due to his fear of heights. The cold bit into our skin. But I managed to cheer him up. His dream has finally come true, I reminded him, riding into a hot air balloon. Fortunately, we soon realized that the burner was frozen, and I remember the hazelnut candle I brought. So Gilbert and I made ourselves comfortable in the basket of the balloon and lit the warm candle to keep warm. I don't know how long we sat there. It was indescribably beautiful. Just us, the sky, the cloud, and the scent of the hazelnut candle. Suddenly there was a bang. The burner had started up again. The heat from the hazelnut candle had thawed it out. Gilbert quickly figured out how to steer the balloon. Even the altitude didn't bother him anymore. But how would we know which way to go? Then, before we could even begin to worry again, I heard it, very softly. The Hibernation Hymn, a song everyone Porcupine sings together for the Hibernation Festival. Strained our ears and Gilbert steered the balloon towards that song. Eventually Porcupine emerged from the fog. The beautifully decorated marketplace, the snow-covered roofs, the festival goers, what a sight! Had broken into song to help us find our way back. Gilbert landed right in the front of the fountain, and all the crowd cheered. And that's the story, more or less, of how my Gilbert and I took flight for the first and last time. He died the following year. I'll be reunited with him soon, and we'll fly again, together again. My Gilbert and I. Are they still playing the Hibernation hymn in the square? Maybe, I'm not quite sure. I think I can hear it, just faintly. Yes, they're probably still celebrating, and there's the two of us stuck working at the night shift at the hospital, eh? You're doing a good job with the work, but Irma, I made it to the hibernation. Ugh. Not something I've ever watched happen myself. What the fuck? Yo! He was floating, watching someone pass away. I've seen dead people. I've never watched someone pass away in front of me. Not a human, at least. Obviously small animals, but it's gotta be rough. Even more so for a doctor. Well, I think we're gonna end the episode here. A bit somber, but um, yeah, not much to say. I think it's long enough already. In any case, hope you all enjoyed watching. Make sure you have a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys around. Yeah, stopped working. Bye bye. That did hit me in the feels as well. It is rough, especially if you played or watched the whole game up until now.